fish's bowl? Yes. Hey, how's it going? I'm here today because I just want to talk about a few projects I'm working on. It's tough to have focus, and that's kind of what I'm working on right now, is just to have focus. So currently I'm working on this. This looks like 75 pages of a Nanowrimo novel. If you're not familiar with what that is, look it up. But basically, it's this writing event in November where you write 50,000 words in 30 days. So the only time I participated in Nanowrimo was the only time that I wrote 50,000 words in 30 days, and that is this. I did it about 8 years ago, I want to say. So it's been in the back of my mind. I think about it every so often that I want to delve back into it and edit it. It's always seemed like a big task because, well, for one, as I got older, I realized that it wasn't well written. I actually think there's a lot of potential in the plot, and that's kind of what's prompted me to want to edit it. And I've been really getting into that these past couple of weeks. I'm actually on page 6 of this novel, this first draft, which is completely raw, and it's actually equaling to about 11 pages on my Word document. But this thing is a monumental task. There is an entire section in here where I'm arguing to myself about why I haven't reached 50,000 words yet. And I knew that this work had a lot of that in there, a lot of that like struggle, and I guess that's what I was putting off. It was called The Story of Barry Hart. I don't even know if I should tell you the title, because my plans are to have it published in some way, should it come to completion. I did want to talk about giving up the things you love for the sake of a goal. This minimalism thing, it's really real. You have to make difficult decisions in order to complete other decisions that you may have. Like, my goal is not to live in a big house with lots of things. I like the tiny house idea, and there's a lot of things that you can't have or you have to give up in a tiny house. One of those in particular that I want to talk about is gaming. For the longest time, ever since the first Pokemon came out, I don't know, what was that, 95, 96? Ever since that came out, I've been gaming. Up until this year, I was gaming pretty regularly. I loved it. I don't know what I loved about it. I guess maybe I felt very like, to myself, gaming was a place I could escape to where the outside world wasn't real. So yeah, giving up things you love. I don't think it was a conscious decision. It wasn't to say that we decided to give up gaming in an effort to be more minimalist. It kind of just happened because both Jeffrey and I were finding that we just weren't gaming as much. We were getting into The Witcher 3 and we were just forgetting to play. I was beginning to feel bad about playing games when I knew that I wanted to be working on my writing or my edits. I want to get through this story, which has taken me about 8 years, give or take, to finally decide to edit it. And I'm not saying that's all because gaming was getting in the way, but I have free time right now. And the first thing I thought was gaming. Giving up the watches. That was also a tough decision that I kind of was just like, you know what? I have these watches that I'm not wearing, and I want to keep the ones that I like wearing. Why should I hang on to the other ones? And why should I get more to replace them if I don't really care about the other watches? So if you're struggling in your watch collection with a watch you've not been wearing a lot, try just wearing it for like a week. Because it took me a week to really fall in love with the Sea-Gull watch. I hadn't been wearing the Sea-Gull watch, and I decided to wear it for a week. So that's my advice, or actually my question, my pondering. That's this video. Catch ya on the next one. Stay tuned for the podcast. Stay tuned for, I'm gonna be reading some poetry, probably, maybe. Yeah, that's it.